This excerpt was taken from a full and bloom interview with drummer Carmine Appice. To listen to more of my interviews with Carmine, click the links in the description. I got to ask you about the Ozzy stuff. I was a huge fan of Bark at the Moon. At what point do you join the band?
I was brought in at the end. They hated what Tommy Aldridge did on the album. They tracked me down in France. They asked me if I wanted to join the band. So I was in France. I went to London to meet with them, Ozzy and Sharon, and I played with the band. There was Bob Daisley, who I knew, and Jakey Lee, who I knew, and Don Airey, who I sort of knew. And we played together, and I said, yeah, I'd love to do it. They said, look, we want you to finish the album in New York with Ozzy, and you can get an associate producer credit. And I had a deal where every time I went gold, I got a bonus of thousands of dollars. And I went to New York with the engineer, Tony John Bon Jovi, who I work with Vanilla Fudge, who's John Bon Jovi's cousin. Right? Sure. We worked on the album and did some drum experimenting and to fix the drum sound and to make it better and try and get it more in time. And we finished the vocals with Ozzy. I hung out with Ozzy in the hotel, and Sharon left him in my care, which is unbelievable, And so that was my association. And me and Ozzy flew from New York on the SST, as you read in the book, and we flew to London, and we did the video. And I was in the video playing drums to Tommy Aldridge track. And then I did the first, the European tour. I did 3 months over there doing that. And then I did 2 months in America. So I did the first 5 months of the Bark at the Moon tour when I got canned because, she told me, your name's too big. We want more of a sideman like Tommy Aldridge. Because, Tommy never wasn't out there getting his own record deals and stuff. I had solo albums out. I played with bands under my name, Beck Bogan the Peace, and and Cactus. I had a big name.
Sure.
A really big name in those days. And I had Mattel Sixonics. I was a spokesperson for that. And that year, 1983, I was getting a lot of exposure. I did a Derringer and a Peace record. We were doing a new Vanilla Fudge record. So they wanted more of a sideman like Tommy Aldridge that doesn't get any press, doesn't do his own side projects, that just stays in the band. Sort of like my brother used to be, I used to tell my brother when he was at Dio, you should do other stuff in case something happens. And then when she fired me, I ended up suing them. I ended up settling with them, but it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to create music and go in the studio with me playing drums and get that killer drum sound that I knew how to get and help write the songs and just be involved. And by her firing me, it killed all those dreams. And it was a drag. And I remember sitting at home, as you read in the book, watching MTV, and you had friends at MTV like J.J. Jackson. Here's the Ozzy tour with legendary drummer Carmine Appice. She didn't like that. She was pushing Jakey Lee, not Carmine Appice. All that stuff affected her. And I had my own PR. I had my own shirts on the tour.
Where she cut your head out of all the shirts.
She cut the head off the shirt.
I was going to say, if you would have saved those shirts and then put out the book, those shirts would probably be worth just tons of money.
I could reprint those shirts and do it. It's a good idea. Yeah, but it was crazy. It was crazy, but I was having a good time. I did my solo. I got that thing with the riser didn't work, but I did my solo. I got the same reaction. Doesn't matter. I know how to work an audience. That's when I joined Rod Stewart. He told me that because he used my solo to go refreshen up and change his clothes and fix his hair and stuff. And he knew when he'd come back, I'll have the audience riled up because that's what I know how to do from experience.
Sure.
So, so she fired me and it was a drag,
Well, I think I'm most blown away that how normal it was, like where you're watching, I think them set up a table and Ozzy just punches her in the face.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, as I said, I'm like from Italian family, you don't hit women like that. I was ready to go in and get in between them and go, Ozzy, what are you doing? Bob Daisley said, stay out of it. He says she punches him, he punches her. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like minutes later, she punches him in the face.
Yeah, and then she punched him out. And then we're in a restaurant, one of those on the side of the freeway restaurants, like a truck stop.
I was a huge fan of Jakey Lee. What was it like working with him?
He was a good guy. Jake is a very introverted kind of person still. It's very hard to get on the phone, but we were friends. We were the only Americans kind of paired up a lot. Even when we were not on the road, we were hanging out together and stuff. But then he got really messed up on I think it was some sort of drugs. And then he disappeared. And when he came back, I had a cell phone. I called him a couple times. He didn't answer me. I saw him in New York, and I said, dude, I'm calling you. Don't you call back? He says, you know me. I hate the phone.